Hey Mike, it also says here on your website, MikeShoenForCongress.com, that you will be bringing to trial all co-conspirators of the crimes of 9/11. Would you like to talk about that for a moment?
That's very important. The murders that occurred on 9/11 and the property damage that occurred on 9/11 in the history of this country constitute the largest capital murder crime in the history of this country and the largest crime against property. And it's been 9 years, no one's been tried, no co-conspirators have been tried. As a matter of fact, no co-conspirators have been charged. And the reason for that, I'm sorry to say, is that someone's trying to stop that. Obama, through his Attorney General Holder, threatened to try one of the accused co-conspirators. And the Republican Congress people are trying to prevent that through stopping the movement of the prisoners in Guantanamo to a place in the United States where they could be tried. Now, why would someone want to not try co-conspirators in the crimes of 9/11? Think about that for a minute. Why? Well, if you Google the words 1993, WTC, and the word Salem, S-A-L-E-M, what you'll find out is that in the 1993 bombing of the World Trade Center, which resulted in a criminal trial in this country, the defense attorneys uncovered through the discovery process, they uncovered and proved that, I'm not making this up because I gave you the Google site, they proved that the FBI was a significant co-conspirator in the bombing of the World Trade Center in 1993. So that's one danger to the co-conspirators, is that if there is a trial of a co-conspirator, the defense attorney in that criminal trial can, through the discovery process, uncover other co-conspirators. And if there's an intelligence organization or one of our governmental organizations that is or was a co-conspirator, they sure don't want to have a trial. So I'm going to say that again. The largest capital murder crime in the history of this country, the largest crime against property in the history of this country, in 9 years has not only been no co-conspirators been tried, but none have been charged. And you have an organization called Keep America Safe. Three of the members include William Kristol, K-R-I-S-T-O-L, former PNAC member, Liz Cheney, the daughter of Dick Cheney, and another lady whose name is Montgomery. And these three people have led the charge to not try in the American criminal justice system any of these accused co-conspirators. So if we want to uncover the whole story about 9/11, which incidentally the chairman of the 9/11 Commission recently wrote a book and said that we were lied to, the commission was lied to at all levels of the government and the military. I remember the fella, Max Cleland was one of the commission members. He was a triple amputee, decorated combat veteran in Vietnam, and he quit because it was a travesty, the commission investigation in 9/11. The largest organization of firefighters in the United States wrote it, their editor of their national publication wrote an article, an editorial, saying that the investigation of 9/11 was a farce. So we have to, I think, well, whether you agree or not that the co-conspirators should be tried, I think they should. And we've got to get down to the bottom of this, what happened. So we've got to try these people. They've got to be tried in the American criminal justice system. Some Republicans, I'm sorry to say, and some Democrats, they'll say, okay, we'll have a trial, but it will be in a military tribunal. And it's going to be very difficult for, practically speaking, for a military tribunal to allow a an accused co-conspirator to start getting documents from various agencies of the United States federal government that might indicate that an intelligence organization was involved in the crimes of 9/11, not only 19 hijackers and co-conspirators, but an intelligence organization. So we've got to do that, and we can't be afraid of doing that, and it's going to make money for us, because the reason we're supposedly over there in Afghanistan is we're supposed to be chasing down the co-conspirators, I presume, or the bad guys, and why be over there if we're not going to try them? And why not take the easy way and start trying the few that we have and start doing a real investigation with real discovery, and we'll uncover people that are involved. And there's already plenty of information out there. I could give it to you right now. You can Google Tenet, T-E-N-E-T, ATA, A-T-T-A, and ISI, and you'll learn that the head of the Pakistani intelligence organization transferred $100,000 to Mohammed Atta shortly before 9/11, and that the day before 9/11, the day of 9/11, and the day after 9/11, that very individual was here meeting with our head of the CIA, George Tenet, and other high United States government officials. So that's an area we like to figure out what's going on. Another area you can investigate for yourself to see if there's any information there, but you find out for yourself. Go on YouTube and YouTube this phrase, Venice Flying Circus. Venice Flying Circus. And there's a journalist there who's put together several videos about the connection between the pilot training that these terrorists had in Venice, Florida, and the CIA. And there's a connection there. So somebody had to get the money, and this guy has followed the money. So these are matters where that a trial would afford a good defense attorney team the opportunity to pursue these leads and put them before a judge. And that's what we've got to do, because the 9/11 Commission was a failure, and as time goes on, more and more 9/11 Commission members are admitting that.
What about the put options? Would you like to talk about the put options on United Airlines and American Airlines, and how that's never been followed up on?
Well, no and yes. I'd like to really can't talk about it, because we don't have the. We should uncover the identity of the organizations or individuals who had the put options. But I believe it's Deutsche Bank that said, no, we're not going to give you that information, and I know the United States government didn't want to get the information, didn't want to pursue it. So what can you do? Dennis Kucinich has ranted and raved about this stuff in Congress for years, and everybody just, plugs their ears. So I don't know that I would be any different, but I would try. And I am telling you, citizens, fellow citizens, that this stuff exists. I've done a lot of complex litigation. I've done reasonably well. I've done well with it, and I don't really want to do any more because it's not a lot of fun. It's very hard work. But these types of questions can be answered, and we should do it rather than predicate a whole bunch of wars on the occurrence of 9/11, which may not be what we thought it was.